Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of XRP, taking a look at what's been going on most recently and what I think is likely to happen next. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out. The link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check it out. Let's waste no more time though. Let's jump right down into today's video. What we'll do is we'll kick things off with the 1 hour time frame here. So here we have XRP paired up with USDT and we are on the 1 hour Binance chart here. Now as you can kind of see, we do have some smart money concepts basically indicating that we're in a bullish structure here. However, I'm not as convinced on that. If we take a look back here, you can see that we had a change of characterization into a bearish state of play. We had these two BOS structures. These basically tell us that these break of structures confirm that we are in fact in a bearish state of play, right? Then, of course, this got broken when we had this new change of characterization into a bullish state of play, but they haven't had any break of structures to confirm it just yet. So this could be a bit of a fake out, this move to the upside. We know that this C wave high is an interesting point of view as well. But if we take a look at this, we can see that we've had a pretty interesting kind of slippage to the downside here that looks quite aggressive in the way that it's moved. I'm expecting a bounce upwards soon. How high that goes is going to be anyone's guess at the moment. There's two different ways that this could play out essentially. One, we're going to be in a bullish movement to the upside where we can see a giant A, B, C structure like this, or alternatively, we are actually still in that B wave pattern and we kind of have to go up to come back down before we get that next surge to the upside. That's why it's a little bit unknown on these smaller time frames. One of the things I'm confident on though is that we are likely to have a push upwards. Now, as you can kind of see, we are below the 200 EMA. That's the white line. The yellow line is the 50 SMA, and that has happened to cross down lower than the 200 EMA. That is a bearish thing. Okay, that's a death cross right there on this 1 hour time frame. So with the price being below all of those and the short-term price action moving average-wise is lower than the 200 longer-term moving average, then we have to consider that this is a bearish place to be for XRP on this 1 hour time frame. So ultimately, it's not looking too strong here at the moment, but although I do expect to move up, I expect us to kind of test the 200 EMA that was previously support and see whether or not that's turned into resistance. The 200 EMA, guys, sits at 61.72 cents, so we'll see a bit of a move to the upside here, approximately around 2.5% to 3%, something like that. If we can get a close above the 200 EMA, that might put us in a little bit more of a bullish movement, so we'll have to analyze how that kind of looks closer to the time. But on this 1 hour time frame, yeah, I think we're going to be looking for a move upwards. We can also see that that is also related on our stochastic RSI. On this 1 hour time frame, it actually has some momentum shifting back to the upside, which is a pretty strong place to be. From our divergence indicator, the RSI is actually a pretty low level, so we have some growth there as well, but there is no divergences in terms of price and the RSI, so everything else is kind of lining up for a bit of a move upwards, but I'm not expecting terribly too much at this point. Hopefully I'm wrong on that. Hopefully we get a bit of a move that is stronger, but for now this is currently where we sit. Take this up into the daily, you can see here that our daily move is bearish. We are following this move to the downside based on what we saw in the previous move, right? So we saw the low 30-cent move up towards our 90. Let me actually go ahead and just put a wick on there. So I put a line on the wick at 93.8, right? We saw this and we predicted out this move to the upside, and obviously now we're just correcting down almost in a head and shoulder pattern. If you follow different structures that's not Elliott wave theory, then what you'll notice here is that you kind of have yourself a head and shoulder kind of pattern playing out, right? And we can kind of see that potentially right here. So we want to kind of be aware that although, you know, it's been great that we've moved up a little bit most recently, we are kind of still looking to move on down. Our target range for this hasn't changed for quite some time. Well, pretty much actually since the 13th of November, really. We are looking at 28 to 33 cents. Hopefully, you know, we don't go down that low. A little bit of slippage for sure I am expecting here, but it doesn't have to go down as low as this, because my minimum expectation would be basically a double bottom with the wick that we saw previously at 42.26. So for the most part, I'm not too concerned. Now we take a look at the EMAs. We can see that the white line here, the 200 daily EMA, is below the price at the moment, so that's looking pretty good. We have seen the yellow line, the 50 SMA, act as good support as well in the past. So that's possible there that still acts as support. And also this red line, the 50 EMA, also looking at support. On the daily stochastic RSI, plenty of room to the upside. So I am still expecting a move upwards. And although kind of, our hourly chart is a little bit inconclusive, I would say that actually looking at our daily chart, we do have the potential here to see this maybe move up towards 66 cent before we move on down. And again, it will be a three-wave pattern here that we're kind of looking for to kind of play out something to this effect, right? As so you can see. So I think although we have a little bit of conflict on the 1 hour time frame, the daily chart actually looks like it has progression upwards, and it will be a lot more than that kind of 2 to 3%. I'll be looking more around that kind of 10 to 11%, something to that effect. Maybe a little bit more as we push up towards equilibrium from our smart money concept structures. Now, again, from smart money concepts, we are actually in a bullish structure still. It hasn't broken any of that. So that's still actually looking pretty good on the daily. So no real concerns from that kind of point of view. So I think for the most part, we're in a pretty decent position on XRP on the daily time frame. And I think there's a little bit of conflict on the hourly. But again, this is pretty typical of the smaller structures and really kind of struggling to kind of get their ground as to kind of where they're going. But ultimately, I think we are likely to see a bit of a move to the upside on XRP on the daily time frame. Pull this out into the weekly, you can already see that we're starting to pull back down on the weekly stochastic RSI. It's still looking pretty good. I am still expecting us to move down overall, though. I'm not expecting us to kind of just continue moving up or anything like that. I am looking for further moves to the downside on XRP. As I said, 28 to 33 cent is the area of interest for me, and it is where I think the price action is likely to go over a significant period of time. We're talking weeks into months. We're not talking about that happening, right away or anything like that. I do think we have progression upwards before we move on down. Very much aligned to kind of where XRP or where Bitcoin is in terms of XRP as well, right? Because we can see that Bitcoin is likely to move on up before it moves on down. And I think the same here for XRP. We're likely to move up before we move down. As you can kind of see the corrective action in all of this, we are looking for a move to the downside of around 28 to 33 cent. Ultimately, on the weekly time frame, we are above the 200 EMA, 50 EMA, and the 50 SMA. Golden cross happened actually week commencing the 13th when we topped out here on that 50 weekly SMA over the 200 weekly EMA. So all of that's actually looking interesting. From our smart money concepts, we still have a bullish break of structure that was never changed. So we still remain true to that one. The only way that we're going to kind of get a confirmation of our bullish movement, though, is for a new local high above 196.69 on this Binance chart. So that's going to be an interesting one to kind of see whether or not that plays out as expected or not. But for the most part, everything here is kind of lining up quite nicely, I think, for XRP in terms of this kind of continuation of accumulation, because I think that's essentially what's going on here. We expect us to pull back down a bit, right? That's going to be a huge opportunity to kind of get back into the market. I think our bear market low at 28.72 is more than likely going to hold. If we are to go down lower than that, it would just be a wick in my opinion. And then of course we're going to continue this fantastic run to the upside. Now, as kind of SEC and Ripple start to talk about their discussions and settlement and things like that, it's going to take a while, but I'm expecting us to see some pretty decent growth for XRP once we actually kind of get that lawsuit out of the way. I think once XRP has clarity, which I think will come as a part of that settlement, we are going to see a significant surge to the upside on the price action of XRP. So my conservative targets are between $5.57 and $11.21. Of course, we can speculate about higher prices, but until we kind of see structural points for that, we remain, kind of conservative, so we can kind of be grounded with our analysis here. So all in all, I think that kind of wraps up this video on XRP. Just a brief update as to kind of what I think is going on at the moment in terms of the price action. If you have found this useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out. Link is in the description below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check it out. Until the next one, though, guys, have a fantastic day.